So, Swedenborg talks a lot about regeneration. He calls it personal growth or the new will. And that's a process where we're trying to be remade in a certain way, right?
Yeah, I guess he used the word transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Swedenborg used regeneration, reformation. Other things I read, enlightenment, awakening. And I think when you're initially born, it's a proper part of being born. You start to, 2 or 3 years old, you start to take care of yourself and start to figure out what ways can I get what I want and get to be a winner and be successful and all that. And that's your will focused on you, you winning, you succeeding, you being well thought of, things like that. And that takes information and forms your will more and more around it. Well, if I become an attorney, I think that's better. Maybe a doctor.
As Swedenborg puts it, the new will is something that God is developing and doing it. But what's our best shot at not getting in the way too much? Like, how do we help advance the new will?
Yeah, well, it says you have to cease to do evil, learn to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my life has been spent in the cease to do evil part.
Yeah.
It's like if I want Mario Andretti, who's a great car driver, and I'm not doing so well, I've had a lot of crashes, and I want him to drive. I say he take over, surrendering to God. And he might say, well, yeah, but you have to give me the keys, and you have to get out of the seat because you're in the driver's seat.
Mm.
So a lot of the way to me is, I got to die to myself in order to be reborn again with this new will being activated in me. So what can I do? Well, I notice that anytime I don't get my way, my will, I can feel it in me, just irritate or anger. So I'll even go into supper. Roxanne calls, it's time for supper. She's been out there, she's done the shopping, she's cooked supper, she got it all there. I go in, sit down, and she gets up, and she forgot to give me my drink. That's the way my will is.
Yeah.
So I can miss the entire good thing because my will didn't get exactly what it wanted, which means it wants to eat the meal while it's hot and it wants the drink ready.
Yeah.
So here it is. It's here. It's available. With the phrase I use is thanks for the temptation. God, I'm powerless. I give it to you. Thanks for the victory. It's like, oh, this is my will. My will is going to destroy a nice dinner.
Yeah.
I want your will. I don't want that. And if I die to that, I make room for God to replace it with appreciation and thanks for the dinner, it's really good. And then goodness comes in, whereas before I had hell to pay.
Yeah, and you know that it just suddenly jumps to the whatever level you have. You know, if I'm used to having this much money or this much success, like, oh, if I had more, then I would be happy. But it's, people that get more for a little while, but then very soon that becomes the new normal. And then
Yes.
Swedenborg says that love of the self and of the world is progressive. It's infinitely progressive.
Right,
That
right.
It'll just keep growing, and it, as you said, you can't be satisfied. And that's why one of the reasons why you try to steer away from it. I saw this study about people that win the lottery. They're happy for a little while, but then it becomes normal for them again. And people that you sit around, in your with your garage band, like, if we were famous, then. But you get there, and then you sell 400,000 records, and if your second album sells 350,000, it's suddenly 350,000 records is a disappointment because your standards have been set higher, and you end up at the same sort of happiness level that you had.
Yeah. Well, and recovery program, and it's definitely, I think this recovery addiction I know of is progressively addictive and destructive. In other words, it takes 4 drinks now to get to a little buzz. It used to take 1 drink. Now it takes 6. And eventually you become an alcoholic. You have to drink all day just to get to normal. You're not getting high anymore. So that's the nature of divine possibility to satisfy the human ego. And it's really important to know that because otherwise you keep thinking you can satisfy it because it's a liar from the beginning. If all I had, if I had a little more money, I'd be happy. If another woman, that's what I'd be happy. And my own experience, I went to the mountains one time, and I wanted to be on vacation. I wanted to be retired. I wanted to be a nice day. I got all these things I want. I'll be happy when I get to the waterfall. I got to the waterfall. I'll be happy when I go swimming. I'll be happy when I get the nice dry towel. And I kept trying to, what is going on? Then suddenly I thought, I'll be happy tonight when I have some fried shrimp. What are you talking about? I travel up here 6.5 hours. I'm up at the waterfall, having retired, a beautiful little cabin. And all you can think about is shrimp. And at that time, I just said, just awareness that, wanting is wanting. It's a state of wanting. It can't become the state of satisfaction. In fact, if satisfaction showed up, it would destroy wanting. So wanting is wanting. The content of what it wants will vary, but it is never going to be satisfied. As soon as it has something, it doesn't turn to satisfaction. It's just, now what do I want? So once you realize that, then sort of, well, the church within you, what are the states that are satisfied? What are the states that really find satisfaction and appreciation in the actual living? Because this part of me is never going to be satisfied. And like I was talking about, when I come in, my wife doesn't bring a drink fast enough. What is my will? My will wants what it wants, and it wants it instantaneously.
Yeah.
It doesn't want any wait. That's why I think you have road rage,
Right.
And I was thinking, oh, it wants to be God. Well, what does that mean? It wants, God says, I think, and so it becomes. It wants to be able to think and has it. No matter what, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it can't be God, so. But once you realize that nature and divine impossibility satisfy it, then you have a different relationship to, in recovery, a different relationship to alcohol when you realize it's never going to be satisfied. It's always going to want more, and it's going to make your life worse and worse as your body starts to deteriorate and your relationships in your job. Then you know the nature of the enemy in front of you. Jesus puts it, you can't get good fruit from a bad tree.
Right.
Oh, my will is never going to produce anything good, because it's not good. Then you start to look for what Swedenborg calls it in the Reformation, regeneration. Oh, there's goodness within me, the birth of Jesus, if you want to put it that way. Oh, there's a good spot in me. In the world you have tribulation. You have good cheer. I've risen. Oh, I have to rise above these states to get in touch with something that not is going to be satisfied, but is satisfaction, is great gratitude or gratefulness.
And Swedenborg says that the world, in that saying, I overcome the world is actually our lower self.
The lower self.
Those kind of urges and wantings, everything you're talking about there, that is what is symbolized by the world.